Broadsword calling Danny boy.
Okay, YouTubers. Now, I said I wasn't going to do another one on Mount Sharp. I lied. I did say that unless I found something really outstanding, I wouldn't bother doing any more boats and ships on Mount Sharp. Well, this one is pretty outstanding, I think. There's something really cool. You're going to love this. You're going to absolutely love this one. Now, this is the image, the better image that I used to find this particular boat. This is from, all I did is I googled Mount Sharp, and this is an image that came up. I'll show you where I got it from. This is the this is a JPEG. It's not even a TIFF or anything. This is only 72 DPI, so it's not a brilliant image, but it's better quality than the one you get from the NASA website for some reason. I don't know why. I'll show you where I got it from. There's also this website, which is really cool, called Mars Rover's Images, and it's got all the sols along the bottom here as panoramics. They've all been stitched together, so you don't have to download lots of separate little images and search through dozens and dozens of photographs. You can just download a whole big image at a time, usually around about 11 megabytes or thereabouts, the larger ones. They're pretty good, and it's much easier than downloading stuff from the NASA website, because they're all the groups are done as single large panoramic images. So it's really cool, and you're far more likely to find something in one of these than you are in a single image, because they're much bigger. So I do recommend this. I'll put links to all this stuff in the description as usual. That's where I got some of this stuff from. Here's the image. Now it's a stitched together panoramic again. It's not a huge one. This one is a sort of reasonable size, 4100 by 1320 pixels, from unmannedspaceflight.com. So this is Sol 37 Mount Sharp image. Okay, so that's where I got it from. All the links will be in the description as usual. Right, let's get straight on with it. I'm going to keep this one nice and short for you. This is cool. You're going to love this. Now, first of all, this is a clip from that large image I just showed you. Here's the large image, which I downloaded, and I've just gone around the area where the boat is. Now, this is a riverbed down here. This is blue. This blue sand was once a lake or riverbed, or whatever you want to call it. Now, you know, you'd expect to find a wrecked boat in a riverbed, I think, especially if it's dried up. And there's one right here. Now, it's really simple to find. You just look along here and there's a boat. Just look for a boat and you will find a boat. Simple. It's that easy. Here's a clip of that. Now, this hasn't been enhanced or anything. I think they've already kind of white balanced the image a bit and just kind of changed the tone of the image slightly already. Now I've just clipped this straight out. Nothing's been done to this at all by me. Okay, there we go. Now here's the boat. Here's the front end of the boat here, the bow. There's the stern here. You can see a kind of white bit where it's been painted white underneath. It's kind of sunk into the sand here. This is the riverbed or lake bed here. You can see an upper section here and the back of the boat here. It kind of comes out further. You can see this bit here, there. The roof, there's a bit sticking up here. Now, one thing that I spotted before I even noticed the boat was this strange thing here. Now this, to me, looks to be a nameplate or number plate on the front of the boat. Just on the front of the boat. Now, when I show you the enhanced version, you can actually see, before you even start darkening this or playing with the contrast or anything, or sharpening it, you can see what looks like a number 2, a number 9, and then there's a dot, and there's an S there. The famous Mars S, which seems to crop up almost everywhere. What can I say? Well, I'll show you the enhanced clips I've taken. Now, this was the first one I've done. as you can tell, I didn't draw round it brilliantly the first time round. I did that fairly quickly. It's probably I went too low down at the bottom here. And this is the sort of colours you get when you enhance the contrast. It goes very green and brown and sort of blotchy, which is pretty ugly. But you can see clearly here the number 29.s. 29s. Now, yes, okay, maybe they don't have English writing on Mars, but those are clearly symbols. This may not be a number 9, this may not be a number 2. We're only seeing the edge of that. There's probably more stuff around the front of this boat that we're not seeing. Could this be a hire boat? You know, number 29S, come in, your time is up, please. I mean, is this a hire boat? Who knows? Normally, my brother has a boat. But both my brothers have boats. My younger brother Tom is a boat builder. He's actually just built a Viking longboat, which will be launched very soon in Falmouth. So know a little bit about boats. I'm not an expert, but I've got family members from the Navy and people in the family that build them and go out on them every day. And I expect my older brother Dan is out on his boat right now fishing. Not dissimilar to this in size. This is probably I can't tell you exactly how long it is because I don't know exactly how far away it is, but it's quite large. I'd say it's something like 30 foot long. 20 to 30 foot long, something like that. So there doesn't seem to be any windows in here. Can't see any windows. I expect this is the cabin sort of here. Now there may be a small window here at the front that we can't see because we're side onto it. And I expect the skipper would stand back here, and there's probably a steering wheel back here somewhere where you can steer from. What can I say? Let me show you the other clips I've done. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. I've had to sharpen that and soften it a bit to get rid of some of the pixelation, but it's not bad, even though it's only 70. I think it's 72 dpi, this image. Let's have a look. There we go. So what's the DPI? Now I've already upped the DPI on this one because I've clipped it. Let's go back to the original here and see what the DPI is there. I think it's 72. Yeah, so it's not great. 72 per inch. I mean, that's hardly anything. This has probably been taken from the NASA viewer, where you get these panoramic viewers on their website, and you can kind of get images from that. So they're lower res, but actually they're not over compressed. You don't have these nasty over compression lines that you get in. I went to the original Sol, which is Sol 37 from the Mastcam Curiosity, and you get their version of the same spot, and it's much worse. Here it is. This is their so-called raw image. Now this isn't a raw image. It's been over compressed and resized. So when you go in close, you get all this grunge. You see these blocks here? You see them? You get all these blocks. That's where it's been badly resized, and this is the same with 99% of all the images on the NASA website. It's an absolute joke. So if you can, go to some of these other websites and get them from elsewhere, because they're usually better quality than the ones on the NASA website, which says a lot, doesn't it, really? It says an awful lot. I know they've got a hell of a lot of stuff on their website, which is probably why they do this, but there really is no need to compress them that badly. There is a much easier and cleaner way of doing this, which they should be doing. Right, okay, that's my whinge out of the way about NASA. So here we go. Here's the number. Here's the number plate. I haven't done anything to that. That's straight off the main image there. Now that was my first attempt. This one here. Now what I did again, this time I grayscaled it and then drew around it again a bit more carefully this time. This is a bit neater. And then once I selected the central part here of the boat, I just changed the color temperature to get this funny color here, this sort of greeny sort of color. I've done some different edits of this, so the different colors will show different detail, the different filters I've used. Now look at the number plate. Look how clear that is now. Look at that, 29.s. Okay, there's that one. Okay, here's another one. Obviously the same image that's just been different color temperature there. I've called it right down there to blue. There we go again. The same detail, 29.S on the number plate at the front. You can see some sort of damage here towards the back of the boat. There's a sort of crumpled area there. It looks like there's some damage up the front here, but actually it's in pretty good condition. I mean, we're not that far away from it, so the detail's pretty good. I think it's probably about 50 meters away from the camera, or less. It's not miles away. This is right at the bottom of Mount Sharp, in the dried out river or lake bed. There's another edit of it there. See, look, now I haven't softened it so much here. Let's sharpen that up a little bit for you, because you can really get this out, this detail. Let's make that brush a bit bigger. There we go. Let's just go over that. There we go. See the numbers? 29S. There we go. What can I say? Why should they not have the same or similar numbers and letter symbols to us? Why shouldn't they? Maybe they are. Maybe they got some of their stuff from us. Maybe we got some of our stuff from them. Who knows? We really don't know. We could have been sold a complete sack of lies about Mars, and I think we have, on the whole, especially by certain space organisations around the world. They're kind of like they've done with the moon. They've sort of given us a few tidbits here and there. I'm just sharpening this a little bit. They've given us a few tidbits here and there, and then on the other hand, they sort of deny that these buildings and structures exist, and they're all over the place. I found in the last week, I must have found something like 30 boats and ships on the side of Mount Sharp, as you will see on my channel. Some of them are huge. I found a submarine, I found a battleship, I found aircraft, I found what looked like huge bombers, massive, 200 or 300 meters long. Some of these things are. This is just an all kind of pleasure boat type thing that some guy would have perhaps ferried people across the water with, you know. I have found lots of chains and other mooring areas in Gale Crater as well, with sort of chains kind of encrusted on the side of rocks. And I thought to myself then, this was months back, I thought to myself then, if there are chains there on the side of what look like dock sides in Gale Crater, or parts of docks, then there must be boats, and I knew I would probably eventually find some, and here's one of the best ones. I mean, this is not the biggest, but it's one of the closest, and it's got that detail there, the number plate, which makes it, to me, really makes this a smoking gun find. Let's get right up close to that, and you see that nice and close. There we go. What else can it possibly be? It's a boat. Look at the front end of it. You can even see some good detail here of where it's been damaged. I mean, I've sharpened that up a little bit for you. Look at it. It's a boat, for God's sake. Anyone who tries to tell me this is a rock is just an idiot. I mean, come on. There's a negative of it, just to show that you can still see the letters even when you turn it to negative. You can see that there's a bit of damage down here as well. You can see there's more damage here. But there you go. What can I say? I won't keep this too long. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks to all my subscribers. You've been great. I shall see you all soon.